What could a $1.5 billion investment in downtown Fort Wayne look at? Well, there was recently announced that that's exactly what a developer has proposed to the city of Fort Wayne. So we're gonna look at some of the details.
I keep it real, I keep it real, I keep it real, just keep it real.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Sam Hartman, keeping it real estate here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And if you have not been to downtown Fort Wayne recently to check out some of the current development and future developments that are going on, you gotta get down there and check it out. Promenade Park is absolutely beautiful. The apartments right next door to Promenade Park is a beautiful brand new construction building. The Landing is an awesome little block district just off of Promenade Park. And then of course on the south side of downtown you have the Electric Works campus that continues to grow and develop as they add new tenants and continue to build out some of the buildings on that campus as well. And so this is just the latest and greatest of recent proposals to the city of Fort Wayne about how we are going to grow and change and develop our downtown area. Here's the good news, is that news like this is just more positive news that downtown Fort Wayne and Fort Wayne as a whole continues to grow. We are one of the fastest growing cities in the Midwest region, and that's positive news for our housing market, for our job market, for attracting employers to our community. We're one of the top places to live in the United States. We're recently ranked 34th as the top cities to live in. And so this is just always good positive news, sometimes controversial news depending on how people think of it, but this is just positive news showing the growth and development of our city as it continues. So what is this $1.5 billion all about? What is it? What goes into it? What could it mean for the city of Fort Wayne? Well, first and foremost, the city of Fort Wayne put out a request for qualifications on a specific piece of land that they own near Promenade Park. It's the old Pepsi facility there. They recently acquired this year, and they put out a request for qualification. They received 8 different proposals from 8 different developers. Now, this particular proposal blows past the request for qualification for this one specific land usage, and it goes much wider and deeper as to how they can utilize the land around the riverfronts for future development as part of a grand plan. Now, there's not other news releases or anything about the other 7 proposals. This is kind of the keynote one because of the price tag put on it, because of its wide scope and encompassing nature of this plan. Here's what I like about this plan is when you do development, when you're looking to develop a particular district or area, you don't just want to grab a piece of land and say, we'll put this there, and then a year later grab another piece of land, we'll put that there. I love that this takes into account the entire picture, the full array of the land around the rivers, near the rivers that could be developed. So this is a master plan, a grand plan of how we can develop these areas so that they work together and so that they are cohesive in that plan. So I do like that they're doing that here. So let's look a little bit about what this grand $1.5 billion plan really looks like. So here's just a quick outline of some of the features and amenities that this plan includes. And some of these you might have heard before about in past discussions as far as development in downtown, things that maybe got rolling but maybe stalled out or weren't quite there to the development phase yet. And so first and foremost is a 5,000 seat arena. That was something that was previously talked about going near the property next to the Grand Wayne Center. So that's a piece of this proposal. A 5,000 seat outdoor soccer stadium with a connected boutique hotel. The soccer stadium is something that Fort Wayne FC has been talking about doing. Now, they were quoted as not being a part of this plan and not being a part of these communications, but clearly these developers see the value in including them as part of this plan. So although it's early on, I'm sure as things snowball, if this is a plan that moves forward, they would be brought deeper into those conversations as well. Here's an interesting one, an auditorium with Olympic-size swimming pool. Athletics is absolutely a huge tourism draw. I remember I had a girlfriend in high school who played travel volleyball, and she would go to these tournaments at places like the Grand Wayne Center or like these large facilities, and they would just have thousands and thousands of kids and families coming to a city for these tournaments. Sometimes I'll be driving downtown and I'll see, little middle-aged school like girls in dance uniforms walking around downtown, and it's because of those athletic tournaments and competitions that draw that tourism to our hotels, to our restaurants. So I love that this is another unique athletic facility that could draw in a unique way a lot of athletes to our area. It also mentions additional athletic fields, basketball courts, youth sports, public use areas. So again, having areas that are going to draw those sports, those youth sports, and that tourism to the city as well. An esport venue. Now this is something that is already in the works. It's the Schaub metal building just on the north side of the riverfront there by Promenade Park. This is already being developed, so they're including this in their master plan, and it's being developed as an esport venue, restaurant, some other things to it. I can't remember off the top of my head. So that's something that's already in the works that is being included in this master plan. The Wedge. This is a unique shaped, kind of V-shaped piece of land right off next to Promenade Park. It's a unique looking piece of land that the city, again, has already been looking for proposals of. So they're including this piece of the land in their master plan proposal as well. Mixed-use high-rise buildings, attached parking structures, multi-generational residential village with housing for people of all ages, and of course expanding on the accessible riverwalk space and accessibility to the river as a whole. So that is a brief overview, but look at this master site plan. It is really encompassing, it is really widespreading. It goes as far west as Sherman Boulevard and as far east as Clinton Street over there by Science Central. So this is a really big, grand master plan. And one of the things I love is that it's a conglomerate of 8 developers that made this proposal. Many of them are local developers as well. So you gotta love to see the local involvement, the local investment, and the local desire to invest in our communities. I personally would always love to see local developers get the first opportunity at making development plans before we go outside of our community as well. So that is the brief overview of this $1.5 billion master riverfront plan being promoted. And what do you guys think of it? Personally, I know the city has a lot of other development plans kind of already in the works. So this is not something that is going to be a really quick and immediate turnaround per se. But I do love to see the master plan, the big vision, the big swings. This is a huge chunk to bite off. But how do you eat an elephant? You eat it one bite at a time. And I think having a big, grand master plan in place could really help push a development like this step by step forward so that it has the connectivity, it has the continuity between all of its parts. I would hate to see a little bit of a development here, a little bit of a development there, and constantly trying to play catch up in connecting them and trying to make them work together. I love the idea of having a master plan in place that we work through over the years to bring to life. So what are your thoughts on this plan? What are your thoughts on the future of Fort Wayne and downtown Fort Wayne more specifically? Personally, I love to see it.
I keep it real, just keep it real.